if all the kids can go ahead and file down into the center for a children's sermon.
Mr. Ty, I have another dad joke for you.
All right.
How do you get a baby to sleep in outer space?
Sing to it.
No, you rock it. That's all, folks.
We have an illustration.
Yeah, let me have that.
Mr. Jacob's gonna build a birdhouse.
I don't want him to hit his thumb.
That'd get right, yeah. One time too many. See, I've already done.
Wait, where's my phone?
Okay, see, this is the way it's supposed to be. I did a bird feeder. You know, I've built hundreds of these birdhouses, okay? So I know how to do it. He's gonna try.
Well, here's the directions.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Listen, I can help. If you want me to help.
I'm sure you can, I can tell.
Yeah, okay, well, all right. First thing you gotta do is get the nails out of the bag, okay?
Why we need nails?
So that goes together. That's what the hammer's for. All right, hurry up.
Okay, I got the nails, now what?
I don't know, you're doing this.
But you're supposed to be helping me.
I'm trying, okay. Find the base. Where's the directions?
We don't need them, you're supposed to know what you're doing.
No, you're the one doing this.
I know, but you're not helping me, you said you're.
I'm helping you get the directions.
Where's the directions?
Oh, boy. He never listens, okay? Never listens.
He's so mean when he tries to explain it.
Okay. This is gonna take a while. Okay, so you know how to read? A, B, C, D.
What is?
All right, find A.
Where's A?
This is hopeless. He won't listen.
The directions.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's not gonna work this way. You think you know everything, but you don't really know.
No, I don't know
That's not the
anything.
right one. I told you it wasn't.
I've never done this before.
It's
Okay.
this, and then this.
You turn it upside down and put the nails.
How do you-
and you try.
But it's not gonna stay that way.
You want me to do it for you?
No, you're supposed to be
What am I
explaining.
gonna do with it?
Look,
You know,
see?
hold the nail. I can't hold it. You have to hold it. Start right there. At the nail right there. It's hopeless. Oh!
See, if you were teaching me right, that wouldn't happen. Okay? It's not.
There you go. What am I gonna do with it? You listen to me. All right.
Okay, well, it's.
All right. Willie, tell us what we
Why wasn't Mr. Jacob able to finish building the birdhouse? Exactly. So that's why we wanted to talk to you about you guys today. About you guys listening to your father's instructions and why we need to. You see, can you read that first?
In Proverbs 13:1, it says, "A wise son heareth his father's instructions, but a scorner heareth not rebuke." So, if you children need to obey your father. Has Mr. Lyon been doing this for a long time? So why didn't Mr. Jacob listen to him? Because he thought he knew more than his dad. You always have to listen to your father because he knows more than you.
But also, fathers, in Ephesians 6:4, it says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." Was Mr. Lyon kind of being impatient and kind of rude to Mr. Jacob? Right. So our fathers, they need to have patience and kindness when they teach us and instruct us on how we need to do stuff in life. That's all for you guys. So listen to your parents.
Go sit with your parents. I said go sit with your parents.
Buenos días. Por favor, levántense. Oh, cuán profundo e inmenso amor, tan grande e infinito, que el Padre a su Hijo dio. Pueden sentarse.
So guys, guess what? My dad is the best because he goes to so many different countries to help so many different missionaries.
No, my dad's the best because he taught me how to drive and work on cars.
No, my dad's the best because he taught me how to play soccer.
No wonder you're trying.
I got y'all beat. My dad's the best because he didn't let me grow up in the bushes of Africa like some people I know. I grew up in the city. Yes, that's why I say.
So many other things.
My dad's the best. My dad beats your dad. My dad's better than your dad.
Guys. It doesn't matter whose dad is the best. All of our dads love us in different ways. My dad, he called me all kinds of cool nicknames. John can attest to this. He called me Meathead.
We can see that.
Meadow Muffin.
Still true.
He called us Buzzard Bait.
Yeah.
One time he looked at me and said, "Your face would gag a maggot." What's important is that each of our dads, in different ways, have different relationship with each one of their kids. And each one of the dads who has that relationship with your kid can treat them in different ways. But the big thing is we all know that they love us. And they would never do anything for us. So we're thankful for our dads. Thank you, dads.
Why do melons have to get married in a church?
Why?
They can't elope.
everlasting arms. Leaning, I'm leaning, leaning, I'm leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning, I'm leaning, leaning, I'm leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning on the everlasting arms.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our new game show, Are You Smarter Than a Grandfather? For our first contestant, Hannah Lyon. Give her a round of applause. All right. And for our second contestant, we all know him, we all love him. He doesn't know he's about to get called on. Mr. Dan Garvin. Let him work his way up here. And you're gonna get to show off to everyone how in touch with the youth you are. But Hannah also gets to see how much of stuff that you know she knows. So Hannah, we're going to start off with a sound. You're going to tell me what this sound is, and if you can't get it, we'll pass it off to Mr. Dan Garvin. Go ahead. Come on. Any guesses so far?
Can't explain the sound.
Do you know what it's for?
No.
No? Okay. What is it for?
It's going to be easy. American Online?
Dial-up internet, but yes. There's no points. There's no points. This is an arbitrary game. So you got it. Okay. So now we're going to ask Mr. Dan Garvin a question regarding the youth. When I say let him cook, what does that mean? Describe it to me.
You see this look? Let him cook. Let him alone?
You're kind of there. What, Hannah, could you explain it?
It's kind of connected to the word roasting, which means like bullying. So let him cook basically means like let him keep.
I'll ask the teens because they're more familiar than me. I think Mr. Garvin was closer on that one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let him do his thing kind of situation. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Wow, you're winning. You're winning so far. All right, now we're going to present an object to Hannah. She has to tell us what it is and what it's for. What is it?
It's a wrench.
It's a wrench.
It's wrench.
Specific to what?
Specifically, what kind of wrench?
What kind of wrench?
Yeah. What do you wrench with it?
Nuts and bolts.
Okay. Let's try to think.
Chainsaw.
That's right. Chainsaw. I totally knew that one. I absolutely knew that one. Okay. So, Mr. Dan Garvin, can you demonstrate to me what a dab is? A dab. What do you think a dab is? Hannah, can you demonstrate a dab? That's right. That's the dab. That's the dab. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in the way. I'm sorry, I'm in the way. This is, that's a dab.
I got a bad back, so I can't.
I'm sorry. Now Hannah gets to use this. What is this, Hannah?
Landline.
Yes, it's a phone.
How would you dial out?
Let's do 911 for me. Let's see. Okay, she did a good job. You almost had it. You got it pretty close. All right, well, finally, one last thing. What does it mean to floss?
Sticking something between your teeth.
Sticking something between your teeth. Is that what it means to the youth of the day, though? Hannah, demonstrate. That is flossing. Can you floss, Mr. Garvin? Give them a round of applause. Excellent work.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out today. It's been a great day. We've had a lot of fun planning some of this stuff for some of the dads and different things. And every year we do little kids, usually with the mothers and the fathers, and do interviews with them and everything else. That's what we did for Mother's Day. But the problem is you can't really tell if you succeeded or not in raising your children until it's well on past the time when you have known. The proof is in the pudding, is what you could say. And it's a over time thing. You're going to see at the end whether or not what you did right, what you did wrong. By that time it's too late, but at the same time, you can look back if you've done it right. You can look back and say, look, this is what I've done right. And you can say how well you've done. And for this year, we always honor the younger generations of dads. This year we've decided to change it up a little bit. And we've got a video presentation of all the dads in the church who have kids in the church. So it's the older generation of people. And we've got a short interview from each one of their children. It'll take about 10-15 minutes to do. And I hope you enjoy it. And then Laura and Charlie have something after that, and we'll be done.
So Pastor O'Neill has been my North Carolina dad since I moved down here. And I think the biggest thing that he has taught me is how to get around Winston-Salem. You can go to the same restaurant 6 times and go 6 different ways, and then 6 different ways back. So I've learned all the back roads, and the only reason I know how to get around this town is because of what he has taught me through the years as I've worked with him.
Hey Ty, happy Father's Day. I just want to say thank you and for all the stuff that you did. Words cannot describe it. And for the long nights that we had, to small fun, all of them are cherishable. The memory that stuck with me the most is the first time you used tekka, which is fish sauce. And the meal was very salty, but the action was very sweet. And I will never forget that. And I am so thankful that you were willing to open up and try new things. And it showed me that, hey, that's what I need to follow. And I'm very thankful for your time. Thank you.
Dad taught me how to plan meals, how to shampoo carpets, wax floors, how to pack out a vehicle for moving.
So I remember my dad really loved caring about this church and the people in it, especially Pastor Steve. And one of the things he really taught me was just be generous with the things God has given you.
Dime algo del abuelo que te enseñó o que recuerdas de cuando eras niño.
Me enseñó que la familia es más importante. Siempre había tiempo para la familia y me trató siempre como una princesa porque decía que es el rey. Entonces yo era la princesa. Pero estoy agradecida de que pudimos compartir mucho tiempo juntos de vacaciones, recorrimos nuestro país juntos y siempre me enseñó a mí y mi hermana que éramos valiosas para él. Is this thing on?
Yes.
Okay. She's the princess. Whatever she says is right, okay? She was the favorite. Just letting you know.
My dad would always tell us to broaden our horizons, and he always made ways for us to do that, like family vacations every year, out west and up to Canada and Nova Scotia and everywhere. So that was a great memory growing up. And other things would be going hiking on Sunday afternoons after church in the woods behind our house, going to Dead Man's Hill and up in the mountains, hiking through the sawgrass. So lots of good memories. Happy Father's Day.
So, Dad was a pretty stern disciplinarian, and I remember getting woken up by a belt because we didn't spread some hay one time. We learned to spread the hay before we went to bed. So, we learned that. Other than that, he was just a great father to have because he did stuff with us. Took us places and all across the country and everything else. Yeah, had a great childhood.
What's a Sunday afternoon activity you all have done together?
Bill's Pizza. We'd go to Bill's Pizza after church. And then sometimes during the summer and sometimes during the fall, Dad would take us on hikes out through the woods where he used to play when he was a kid. So that was fun. We enjoyed that. So, plus the camping that we used to do too, so yeah.
What?
Can you tell me what thing your dad has taught you?
One thing?
Yeah.
You just need to know one?
Yeah.
I give you 4.
This is on. Okay. So there's actually 2 things that I want to say about my dad. One thing is that I really admire about him is the fact that he is very professional and that he has taught me a lot of good work ethic and things like that. And so that's really been helpful, especially at work and things like that in life, of course. But the second thing that's really funny is my dad is a goober. Like, he is a serious goober. And anybody can attest to that if they know him well enough. And one thing that I remember, he seems like he's a tough exterior, but on the inside, he's really a very soft and very very sensitive. Because when we were younger, we watched The Brave Little Toaster together, and if y'all know that movie, it's an animation movie for kids, little ones. And he was watching that with me, and it came to the scene where the character was a lamp, and it ended up, the bulb ended up breaking, and it was very, a sad moment in the movie. And I turn around and I hear these sniffles, and I turn around and my tough dad is like over there sobbing like a baby because Lampy broke his bulb. So, I just always remember that my dad is very professional, very, straightforward kind of guy, but he also is an awesome goober, and that's what I love about him.
Give me a minute or less. Tell me something about your father, doctrinal or something funny. Go.
Yeah.
Tell me something in a minute or less that your father that you've learned from your father.
One thing for sure that I've learned from him is to be diligent and persistent, even if it has to be on projects that he doesn't need to be involved in at all. But yeah, he's been constantly persistent on a lot of things. So, and that's paid off for him a lot. So, I need to learn that as well.
What's something you have learned from Mr. Edwards over the years?
He's a kind, honest, big-hearted guy, do anything for you. Probably forgot more about fishing than most people ever know. Anytime that we go fishing together, he's gonna catch something, doesn't mean no, but he will always catch something. When we go to the coast, he always brings his box of stuff. I don't know what's in there, but it's a box of stuff. About 6 poles, and he wants to fish all the time, pretty much. But So if you want a funny story, he told me one. So whenever he's down on the pier one day, he hooked something. He didn't know what it was. Thought maybe it was a shark, but it ended up being a ray. Said he fought it for like over an hour, back and forth, down, up and down the pier. Finally he got it up to the surface, and he said it was as big as a Volkswagen. I said, well, why did you fight it that long? Because I didn't want to lose that lure. But that was a funny story. But and one time we went up to the cabin to do some cleaning up, and he said, he brought his phone, and I said, what's bring his phone for? He goes, well, we might find a hole on the way back. And maybe I can go fishing then. But that's just a couple of funny stories. But yeah, great guy.
Hola papi, feliz día del padre. Me acuerdo mucho un día que estábamos en la finca y me fui a acostar en mi cama y había una gran serpiente encima de mi cama. Y grité, ¡ah! Y entonces mi mamá dice que saltaste muy rápido de la silla donde estabas para venirme a ayudar. Gracias por eso y por cuidarme siempre. Te quiero mucho.
Happy Father's Day. One thing that I remember my dad always teaching us from a very early age is to always think about where somebody else is coming from, what their point of view is, and that sometimes you don't understand everything they're going through. And this is something that has really helped me in my life, and I'm very thankful for that lesson that he taught me growing up. Funny story about my dad is I remember in Bristol, it was Lord's Supper, and he was down front, and he was doing it along with one of the other pastors, and he was directing music. However, when he got to directing, his arms went out a little too far, and he almost took out the pastor that was standing next to him. Thank you so much for all you've done for us, Dad, and leading us to the Lord. I love you.
So, two things stand out in my mind that I remember as loving as a kid with my dad. You know, he worked outside as a brick and block mason. Well, a lot of times we would go visit him on the job, usually on the lunch break. And every day, my dad took the same thing to work. He took a ham sandwich, a oatmeal cream pie, a little can of diced peaches, and usually a drink of some kind of soft drink or whatever. But every time we would go visit him for lunch, he would be eating his food and he would save me like 2 or 3 little pieces of peaches in the bottom of his little can. And I just thought that was the special thing because I didn't always get to have the same, you know, those peaches, I wanted those, but he would save them as like a little special treat for me. And then on special occasions when we didn't go visit him on his lunch break, he would save the can in his lunchbox. And when I opened his lunchbox when he got home to clean out his lunchbox from that day, there would be like a couple pieces of his peaches in his can. And that was just something really special to me that I remember my dad doing. And then the second thing is at night when he would come and tuck me into bed, he would tell me a Bible story. And my favorite Bible story that he would tell me was the walls of Jericho, because he would shake my bed when he would say the walls were tumbling down. And that was just really a special memory, and I would request him to tell me that story over and over simply because I knew that's how he would tell it.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. We were asked to share something that we were thankful for or a memory that we have. And I wanted to take this opportunity to thank both you and Mom for the example that you were to all of us in growing up of willingness to sacrifice of your time and your efforts in the service of others. And this is one of the things that we've tried to pattern in our ministry, and one of the things that I'm just often so thankful for that we saw lived out in your lives. We love you, and one of these days we'll spend Father's Day together.
One of our favorite stories has always been, we were going home from church one day and it was raining cats and dogs, and there was this lovely little family that was just wanting to go to the grocery store, and they were on their way home and the rain is coming down, they're trying to get home. Well, Dad comes around the corner, and we start hydroplaning. And you should have seen the look on these people's faces as their groceries go flying up into the air, and they're freaking out, trying to grasp for their life up this hill on the side of the road, and they're trying to walk their way up as this car is coming at them. And then we recovered, went driving off, and then Dad, in his kindness, decided, man, I should probably go and check on them. And so we doubled back, and this family is nowhere to be seen. They gathered up all of their groceries, packed them all away, and disappeared without a trace for anyone to find.
If you know me, you know that I tend to laugh when I get hurt. So one day I was taking something to my father, and I was walking down the stairs, and I fell from halfway down the stairs all the way to the bottom. And I didn't spill a drop of his soup. And he comes out freaking out because my father does not handle stressful situations well. He gets a little overstimulated. And he comes out, he's like, "Whoa, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was busting up laughing. And he looks at me and he goes, "Are you laughing because it's funny, or are you laughing because you're hurt?" And I couldn't answer because I was laughing too hard. And I think that's one lesson that I learned from my dad, is that during a stressful situation, it's just better to laugh it off than to get stressed out.
So one day Dad was preaching at something, and as he came down off of the pulpit, he slipped on one of the steps and fell all the way down the 3 or 4 steps that were there. There was dead silence in the entire church. No one, there was a collective gasp and then complete silence. And then we heard Mom snickering at the piano, and Mara joined in, and heard a few people here and there join in. And he just got up and continued to walk down and went to his seat and kind of snickered at himself. So it was a funny story and kind of a life lesson at the same time, that bad things are going to happen to you, but as a leader, you just take it in stride and you laugh with them and let it go.
As you see all them videos, and as we were taking them all, I was looking at it, I said, man, we really do have more second and third generation families in this church than I had realized. You look at it and you see how many grandparents do we have in the church, their kids are in the church with us. And that's a heritage, and it's a thing to show the parents, the older generation, that they did it right. For the most part. I mean, we all mess up some. We all have mistakes and things happen, but for the most part, we've done it right, as the older generation has. And as we finish out today, I want you to think about that. If you're not one of the older generation, if you're one of the my age, or maybe the younger ones like John and Pastor Chris and them, are you going to be able to look back in 30 years and see your kids and grandkids in the church? Now's the time to fix it. Now's the time to get the things right with your children, because once they get older, it's too late. Remember a sermon that was preached when I was in high school, early college. The name of the sermon was How to Lose Your Teenager Before He's 5 years old. It starts early, and it's our job as dads to train them and to teach them so that in 20 years you can look back and say, hey, my kids are still in church, my kids are still doing right. Thank you all the fathers, especially the older generation, that have given us an example of what we have to look to and what we have to be as we grow up. All right, did you have something? Philena. Philena's going to take this part now, and we're going to go from there. I'm not sure at this part. I was left out after this.
I was too. It's fine. We have been this year focusing on honoring those who serve in the church, and we wanted to honor a father that has been very faithful in serving in the church, serving at home and serving in his new career. He's faithful to work with the kids here every Sunday when we do songs. He helps keep us all in line and keep us on time, Papa too. We want to honor Andrew this year, so we have a little gift for you.
guess that would be better, but. No, didn't they do a good job? Can we give the teens a round of applause? I really hope that all of you dads feel special today. We have worked really hard to make your day so. And we know that every year you don't always get something, and a lot of times you get overlooked, and we wanted to make sure you feel special. So this year we made you guys a nice picture frame with a picture of your kids in it and a pen. And and we just wanted to show our appreciation to you guys. If you want to read out a name and then have someone run it to the dads. Kelly, you want to?
All right, Nathan. That's your dad, Louis. Daryl, you're right there. Mr. Donnie. Mr. Enoch. Mr. Andrew. Mr. David. Mr. Ty. Mr. Fleming, Mr. Anthony, Anthony Mize, over. Kevin, Mr. Kevin, John Peavy, Charlie, Mr. Isaac, Pastor O'Neill, Mr. Edward, right there. Mr. Muir, Mr. Bob, Mr. Daniel, where you at there? Dan Chapman. Joey Jr., Dan Garvin, Mr. Seacrest, Mr. Brandon, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Lyon Sr., Josh Patuski.
Mr. Lyon, we just put his favorite in the picture. We don't want to put Jacob in there. We just put his favorite. So he's got a picture of Aaron.
That's Pastor Chris you got there. And Grayson. Pastor Steve, Mr. Ruben, over there. Mr. Henry.
Is he here? Yes.
Mr. Bennett. I think I got one more. That's Daryl. Where's Mr. Bennett?
He's outside.
Maybe everybody? I think I got everybody.
How many more? Oh, we have one more. Where's Kevin's dad's one?
Send it out. Sorry. What's his name? Kevin. Mr. James, there's one coming to you right now.
All right, I sure hope that you enjoy. A lot of love went into making those for you guys, and so I hope that you guys can take that and remember this service that the teens did for you. At this time,
Miss Laura, I have a joke for you. Can
you
I
have
tell
another
you
joke
it?
for me? Sure.
What did one plate say to the other plate?
What did one plate say to the other?
It's on me.
That is right. Dinner is on us. We have a lovely dinner prepared. Miss Carol learned how to make brisket for everyone. She is Superwoman, so that you guys wouldn't have to do it. And Gigi made her potato salad, and Regina was sous chef. I mean, just a lot of love went into preparing this, and so we are really happy to be able to do this for you guys. And now let's go ahead and get Ty. Will you pray for us?
Lord, this dinner, all of this wonderful work the teens did, and we thank you for it. We ask that you continue to be glorified. We pray that you would help us to be thinking about you during this meal. We thank you for it. In Jesus' name we pray.
All right, if you will just give us one little minute. Teens, if you will go back to the back and see where you are going to be stationed. And we will start lining up. Dads first, please.